Hello and welcome to another video. It's that time again, time to reveal another load order. In a similar vein to my last load order, I'm going to use my time to talk about a specific set of mods that are the crux of this build, Organic Skyrim. You've seen me use this since my Broomer order, and I've had comments and conversations about what I'm using to make the game look so good. You've definitely heard about these mods, from a friend using them, from a group you're in on Facebook or Reddit or anywhere else, and I'm pretty sure what you've heard has been positive. Those great reviews are what made me have to check this out for myself. And I'm genuinely almost annoyed that I did, but for a positive reason. Imagine thinking you had your game looking as good as you could physically get it. No improvements could be made anywhere, and then out of nowhere, Jarl Borland comes along and proves you massively wrong. Well, Organic Skyrim left me feeling a ridiculous level of stupid. So when I was asked to do a 2020 order, this really had to be included. As I'm sure you're aware, this set costs an awful chunk of your available space, 2.9 gigabytes of it in fact. But for the 2.9 gigabytes, you're getting an awful lot. There are 5 files to grab, and I'll break them down a little bit for you. The landscape module is 383 megabytes, the cities come in at 777, the farmhouse module, which includes orc longhouses, castles, tents and clutter, is 707 megabytes. We also have dungeons, ruins and clutter for 577 megabytes, and finally the retextures for the DLCs being 400 megabytes. So why does this cost so much, and is it worth the price? With a 5GB allowance and the high probability of already using the likes of the unofficial patch for a further 400 megabytes, this will leave you very little space, practically 1.5 gigabytes of wiggle room, made harder by the fact that you'll have to retexture your weapons and armors, as well as change game mechanics, AI and lighting to improve your experience as a whole. But that's why I make these orders. To give ideas for everyone on how to build their own order around mine, or to copy, the choice is absolutely yours. But much like when I made my Broomer order, I truly believe this is something that you just have to try. With files from Clever Chaff, Amidianborn, Canny, Renthal, Tamriel Reloaded, Skyrim Remastered, Rally, Vivid Landscapes, Majestic Mountains, Blended Roads, SMIM, Lucid, GD and a whole host of other contributions put together and packaged with a real nice ribbon on top. These are without a doubt the best you can make this game look. And here's the truth. Half of the things in this package are only available to us on Xbox in this package. Please check my description for links to each of the files so you can fully look through the insanely long list of contributors and exactly what you'd be getting. I wanted to say specifically everything you'd be getting, but it would take about 20 minutes just to say it all, let alone explain it all. I'm not kidding, I timed it. So instead, I'm going to end by talking about a few of the mods I used to bring out the best in Organic Skyrim. When it came to weather, I stepped away from Cathedral for the first time in a long time, and I made a return to climates of Tamriel. I felt an organic list needed the most natural weathers, and this was easily the top choice for me. I did of course top it off with the Darker Nights add-on. My lighting remained the same as my Broomer order, with the inclusion of relighting Skyrim, based purely off of a subscriber feedback, and I'm really happy I was told this. The lighting looks even more natural. I also added on Claralux to give the environment a more lived-in feel. Claralux, for those who haven't used it, is easily my favourite Lanterns mod, with all of the features of Lanterns of Skyrim 2, but a third of the cost. It also has a testing facility next to Riverwood, which allows you to change the settings to be more performance friendly. Or just to get the look that you're after. It's a great mod and I highly recommend checking it out. I also decided I didn't like the grasses in Organic Skyrim, and I made a return to Vader's Brome Dents, my absolute favourite grasses, if size isn't an option. Be aware you'll need to throw on landscape fixes for grass mods unless you really want the overgrown natural feel, which I wouldn't blame you for. Other options that I would also suggest is Unique Grasses, which is a much more lightweight and performance friendly version. And finally, when it came to weapons and armour, I wanted to try something different. I did, as always, use fashions of the 4th era, as I love the variety it adds to the game. But after a friend and collaborator, Winter, convinced me to try out variations alongside this, I just had to give it a go, and I'm really happy I did. The armors all look fairly similar to base game, but with a twist. Every single armor is different from the next. 2 iron armors won't look the same, which is really great to see. However, it left me no room for weapons. Luckily, believable weapons and real bows take up very little space and still look pretty great. This is an area that you could claw back some space and use your favourites instead, but weapons and armour are all personal choices. And I'm going to end it here. Please check my description for a link to this order and others I've made or am making. I try and release at least one order a month, so please subscribe to see that. Likes and comments really help get my videos out further. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.